Design concepts, the thing I love the absolute most when it comes to Oner Active. It's probably the one thing that I don't think I'll ever stop loving. It's what I live, it's what I breathe, it's what I wear every single day. It made complete sense when we had the idea for Oner Active for me to have full control over the creative aspect and build a team that had the same passion as me. My name is Krissy Cela. This is my story and how I founded Oner Active. I'm going to be taking you through the highs, the lows, and complete transparency. Because you are the reason Oner Active even exists. You are the reason I am here today sharing my story on this platform. I want to take you through absolutely everything. So the first thing we did was when we started Oner Active, we agreed that we would build an all-star superstar team. People who had technical backgrounds, people who had really creative flows about them, and people that genuinely loved activewear. So that's exactly what we did. But also the fact that I was able to still always bring my ideas to the table.
I would say this needs to be a bit shorter. I think by bringing it up just a little bit, it's nicer, the fit.
So you want to narrow it.
And no one would ever like push my ideas aside or be like, no, we have to do this because it's trending, or we have to think about this because this is the only thing happening in the following years. Like, the team is really good in taking any feedback that I have on board and not taking it so personally and taking it as I am the consumer at the end of the day. The only thing I wear is Oner Active day to day and also in the gym. I live and I breathe it, so the person that's going to give the most feedback is the person that wears it all the time. So when it comes to concepts, there's multiple ways of going about it. There could be an off-the-bat concept that, one of us has thought about, and it can come all the way from a head designer to an intern, and we take it all on board. It doesn't matter who you are. If you have a great concept, we will go ahead with it and we will build upon it. Majority of concepts come from what the community also wants. So what are the repetitive things that the community are saying? If they're saying they prefer more minimal cutouts of bralettes, are they saying they want more high impact bras? Are they saying they prefer scrunch or no scrunch? And we build on what the community genuinely want. I need to just ask you something because it's a big topic. Brand new executions of our logo. So this is actually jacquarded inside the fabric. It's not heat transfer, but on the inside of the leg, it looks like this. Now my question is, would this bother you if it's on the inside, or would you actually much prefer a jacquarded logo, knowing that instead we want to focus on what our community genuinely want, what people are genuinely going to train in, and what is going to make them feel extraordinary. Collections are also built depending on who we're building for. So for example, when we built the classic collection and we revamped the classic collection, it was built around the concept that it will look good on every body, not a specific body, hence why it's called classic. When it comes to effortless, it was more, I had in mind the woman who loves the gym, the woman who is empowered by the gym, who wants to go in there, lift heavy, she feels confident, and that's exactly who I always had in mind. Hence why there's a 360 design on it, hence why the back is so predominant, why each and every single curve of a woman is exaggerated, because we wanted to celebrate her body. So every single time we build a collection, we have a certain persona in mind, but we also have a certain performance in mind. I also want to be careful because I know my bread and butter is the gym. I know exactly what I need to perform in the gym, so that's what we started with. However, next year we're focusing more on performance and really technical wear. And then as the years develop and as we develop, we're gonna focus on specific niches. Maybe we'll do a tennis collection, maybe we'll do a running collection, maybe we'll do a swim collection. And it's truly about just evolving as a company and really focusing on who are you trying to build this concept for. But really the fundamental baseline is each and every single collection should have something for everybody. So now what we've made a decision in doing is when we create a collection, we are not just creating one type of bra anymore. We're creating 2 or 3. So it can be minimal wear, high impact, and there's something for everybody. I was just experimenting with something. I just thought this looked kind of cute, okay? Just experimenting. Same thing with leggings. We offer regular length, but also long length, which it's impossible to find now in activewear. So we have in mind a concept, but we also have in mind that this should be for everybody. How do I explain an entire design roadmap from A to B? So from a thought to a community member's hands, well, body in this case, is number 1, you need a structured team. It's not as simple as just creating something. You take it to a supplier and they make it, you have a few samples and you ship it to customers. If it was that simple, then to be honest, everybody would be doing it. I'm gonna be frank. The first thing you need to do is build the correct team. I cannot stress that enough. If you want to build a company that will outlast anyone in the company, you have to build a team that understands what their role is passionate about their role, and knows more than you do. So how do you feel about these colours? Would you wear them though?
I think
think
it's
about the
crispy blue in that. Because
Okay.
especially as a set, it's not like it's literally like, yeah, I don't
If
know
it was
about
shorts, I feel like it
But
would be.
I think it's a good addition actually. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you
if you
have
say
just this kind of
dull.
like, not everyone likes this muted
Small
colours.
capsule, limited order, test the waters.
Even for like statement piece, I think, because you can't make a statement with a black trouser, you
Yeah.
know?
So I just want to show you this. Let's say you had a denim fleece with a navy legging. That's, although we will showcase it as a pair, we will showcase it as what can you match it with in the collection. So when we were hiring for our design team, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know I needed half the roles I need today. I knew I needed a head designer, but for example, I didn't even know what a merchandiser was. I knew I needed a product developer, but I also didn't even know there was something called a garment tech. So I was learning on the job. Sure, I could have just hired someone to do it all for me, but I also need to understand how everyone in my team works so I can have specific conversations with them. So for example, let's say I'll have a concept with Lisa, a head designer. Me and her will have a concept, but that concept will be built around the information and data we have from our operations team, from our merchandiser. So a merchandiser in this case is a data guy, and he loves his numbers, he loves his science. He will see what is performing well, what is not performing well, what we should always have in stock, what maybe we need to discontinue, what we have too much of. So do we have too many crop tops? Maybe we need more long line top. As well as that scientific data, we will focus on community data. So what has the community said? What do they want? So we will take all that information on board and we will digest it all because it will be a lot, but then we will also have kind of our own gut feeling of what we want to produce. And also the funnest bit is when we ask our entire team what they think, and then they're very opinionated and they always love to give feedback, which is very funny at times because we end up being in a 30-minute debate and then we realize we've got to go back to work.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about what the consumer
I'll tell you what I think the consumer.
I don't
Tell
think
you what you like. What do you like? Honestly.
I think I prefer just about. Because I think, are you not going to, do you guys pull your sleeves up and then you're going to lose it entirely?
No, because the rib always stays up.
No,
If
but
you
the-
pull
the-
that
the
up.
loose one, but then also falls over.
Can you just give me the scissors, please? I just want to. No, just want to look at.
No, what are you going to do
No, I'm
to
just going to
it?
cut this in half.
No.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Mummy. Give it. Let go.
I think that you need to let go. You know, like
Sometimes I need to sit on my own and just think because, like, so much drama in the villa. So once we have that and Lisa has that, she will have deadlines to meet, and she will have specific deadlines and requirements where she'll need to just completely not be distracted, work on all the concepts, all the designs with myself, and me and her have continuous meetings to make sure that we meet those deadlines. So whilst me and Lisa and any freelance designers, in this case, we're working with 2 other freelance designers for our men's section launching in 2023, as well as just some key pieces we want to launch. And also we work on passion projects. So we're working on 2 passion projects that I'm going to keep quiet about, but we're working on those passion projects as well. So whilst the creative team are really building these concepts, we have the product development team that we need to build more people in because it's such a big role and a hefty role. So product development sources suppliers. Are they ethical? Will they work with us? Will they work with our units? What's their shipping rate? What kind of fabric do they use? Can they develop that fabric for us? Then our product developer will go and will outsource fabrics that we want to use. They will check any critical paths. They will check costs, how much things will cost, how much things will also cost to make. Every single thing that you add to a garment, every single trim that you change, every single stitch that you make complex adds to the cost. So we have to always keep that in mind because we don't want to make an extortionate product with an insane price that a community member can't afford. So we have to keep a lot of things in mind. Is it functional? Is it quality? Is it priced fairly? And is the company making a decent margin so it can sustain that cash flow? So there's a lot of things to keep in mind here when you're actually building a product. It's not as simple as making a legging. I always say that because it really isn't. You're not just making a legging. You've got to consider, is this fabric even going to sustain the test of time? How long is this fabric going to sustain the test of time? Can we constantly do better? How is this garment being made? When is the shipping going to arrive? When can we restock? When can we launch? There's a lot of mechanics to it. Once we do that and we've all agreed on the fabrics, we've all agreed on the designs, we've agreed on the critical path, we move over now to sampling. So we will get our first sample run. There tends to be 3 sample runs. We'll get our first sample run. Look, the good thing is the scrunch is there, the constructions, the design is there, the gusset just needs narrowing, so that's there. It's a matter of making the waistband and this tighter. With this, for me, it's just a matter of making it. The reason the team don't want to show me samples is because sample 1 will never be right. It will absolutely never be right. There'll always be something you want to change. And in my case, I want to change everything because, you know, I'm just like that. I want it to be as beautiful and as perfect as possible because I truly want someone to get it and be like, damn, this just makes me feel 10 out of 10. So once we have a sample run, our garment tech will come in and our garment tech will measure all the things from the tech pack. Is it the right measurements? Even if it's say 1 centimeter off, she will make a note of it. Then we'll test it and sample it. So I inevitably wear it in the gym. Other members of Oner Active will wear it in the gym. And we will give feedback before we get sample 2. There's so many things that don't go to plan. And I think that, you know, I can tease on stories these really cute new designs, or I can create these great campaigns with the team. The website looks amazing and customer support is amazing. All these things are great, but the bottom line is so many things have happened behind the scenes that I cannot even begin to list. But then I sat back and I realized that this is the beauty about having a brand. You are in control of staying consistent. You are in control of trying to do better. We offer 2.0. We need to sit down and explain why we made these subtle changes to our product. And the truth is, this was scratching. It also was actually becoming a bit achy. Whereas this, that's what we did. We took classic seamless and we looked at it and we ripped it apart and we said, okay, like what is really bothering our community members? We took all the feedback on board and we changed as much as we could for this period. And we will continue to evolve and develop it. That's the whole point of a company. And that's why it's such a shame when you look at a brand that's been working for 10, 15 years and you see their success as a 15-minute story. It's taken them 10 to 15 years to get there. That's not because they were great at the start. That's because they became from average to good to great. And that is pure consistency and resilience. I'm really proud of the team. I'm really proud that they took the initiative as well to look at what wasn't working for our first collection and our lounge collection. And there's nothing wrong with these garments. It's just we wanted to make them better. So we changed the elastic. We went to a complete elastic factory and we spent the day there educating ourselves on why elastic does this or that, or why elastic can move this way or that way. Guys, I never in a million years thought I would be going to an elastic factory and looking at little threads of elastic and wondering why the lycra is wrapped in a specific thread and why it's not. Like, come on, you don't think you need to do that. But really, the devil's in the detail. Like, you have to really push yourself to be like, yeah, I am gonna spend an entire day in an elastic factory, and I am going to give my 110% attention to this guy talking to me about elastic, because I know if I know everything about elastic, my community will get the best freaking elastic straps they've ever seen in the world. This was just like, the ability to glide that was just a pain.
That's because the width compared with the.
You've probably got.
That's too wide for that.
The elastic is too wide for the actual slide.
It looks like
12mm elastic.
Yeah.
So if we pick one of these, for example, would you recommend the right width for the...
Yeah.
And that's exactly why I keep saying, it's not about you being the best from the get-go. It's about you attempting to constantly do better. Be better, do more, learn more.
This is so cool. Every meter that they make of a strap, they then inspect it. So someone is sitting there inspecting it. Janice will put it through a testing system to see if the strength is there, if the stretch is there, the durability of what we want as the customer to the supplier. If it passes that, then it will come here in these boxes to be inspected over here. It has to pass the tests before it can come to the final stage, which is packing. And then what we do is, because this is outsourced, we place an order and it goes straight to our seamless suppliers, where they add this new component to the seamless fabric, because our seamless classic bras are not just seamless throughout. We have two different components. You have your seamless bra, and then it's attached also with a new component, which is the strap, to add even more durability to the product. Because with just seamless, it's not as supportive as we would want it to be. So now it goes for inspection, where Lisa's checking it out, and then it gets sent to our supplier, and then your product is made.
I'm gonna mess up so many times, and quite frankly, like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna put pressure on myself. I'm not gonna put pressure on my team. I just want them to just learn from the mistake and give me solutions and find solutions, and just be as transparent as possible and say, yeah, we messed up here, but this is what we're gonna do in the future, and this is how we aim to do better. No one is perfect, and I'll be damned if anyone thinks in the world that they're perfect, because they absolutely are not. So yeah. Do it again. Do it again. I dare you to come and do it again. Sorry about that. Sorry, silence on set.
Check my phone.
Please hurry up. Please, whilst you're at it, pull those effortless leggings higher up your crack.
Yes, so.
Bye.
Not yet, I'm just relocating.
At this point, I'm emotionally and physically distressed. Not for any other reason, but my team.
Jesus Christ, Harry, this isn't ordering time.
You better shut up! I agree, Sasha. What was the comments here from Lady Lucy? Just stirring, continue.
Don't worry.
Oh,